Hi, I'm Stephen King. Phew, you guys made it. All right. You parents made it. Even bigger miracle. It is really, really, really great to be home. I was born in St. Luke's Hospital. I've had a few homes here, actually. North Plank Road, which was very different when I was growing up. Gidney Avenue. North Street, where we lived, which is about 3 blocks away. My girlfriend in high school actually went to school here. There used to be a high school here for girls. So I dated a Mountie. That's what they were called. I don't know what they're doing now. And when you come home like this, you're caught up or kind of run over by just all sorts of memories and epiphanies. But I can honestly say this is where I started out as a writer. This is where it all began to happen. This is where it began to take form in my head. And here's something that I think is very cool, and this isn't about me. This is about the town. This is about the city of Newburgh, a city that's had a lot of bumps along the way and still is having those bumps. A city that I love, but the best-selling writer in the world comes from Newburgh. All right. Just a couple of things for you all to take away from today, maybe. One is a notion of 5 balls, and if you think about life as a game in which you're juggling 5 balls, and you've been juggling in school already, as you know, life and school and whatever else you're doing, and that will continue. But if you think about juggling these 5 balls, and just for the sake of organization, we'll name them work. You could substitute school for that, but work, family, health, friends, and spirit. And you're keeping all of these balls in the air somehow. And hopefully you come to understand eventually that work is a rubber ball. And if you drop it, believe it or not, it will bounce back. But the other balls, family, health, friends, and your spiritual life, are made of glass. And if you drop one of these, they will be irrevocably scuffed, marked, nicked, damaged, maybe even shattered, and they will never be the same. And once you understand that, and it's taken me a while to get this in my own head, but once you understand that thing of the 5 balls and how important 4 of them are, maybe, just maybe, you strive for more balance in your life. And I hope all of you do that. Strive for more balance. The second thing I just want to mention is the importance of passion in your lives in terms of what you do. And as an illustration, I love to write. And I'm very lucky. Somebody said you're lucky if you find something you love to do, and then it's a miracle if somebody will actually pay you for it. And that's my situation. I have been poor. I have been lower middle class, I have been middle class, and I've been rich. I think rich is better, but it all made me who I am, and the importance is really that core that Father mentioned, that core of who you are. But I do love to write, and there's something that Flaubert, French writer, said that illustrates how I feel about writing. And Flaubert said, and this really captures what it's like to sit down and write, especially fiction. He said, "It is a delicious thing to write, to be no longer yourself, but to move in an entire universe of your own creating. You made this world. Today, for instance, as man and woman, both lover and mistress, I rode in a forest on an autumn afternoon under the yellow leaves, and I was also the horses. I was the wind, the words my people uttered. even the red sun that almost made them close their love-drowned eyes. And that's what it's like. You're writing, you're the wind, you're the birds, you're the sky, you're the dialogue. You're creating it, and you're part of it, and you're in it. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do, and I hope all of you find something you're passionate about. Do try. This third thing is just for all of you who are future teachers, and that includes as you become parents and ultimately grandparents. But the teachers in particular, you're going to make kids very good readers, and you're going to make kids very good mathematicians, and you're going to make kids very good scientists. And without your help, many of these kids are not going to make it through high school. And this is particularly true in Newburgh, especially if they're not competent readers. They're going to go out into life unprepared and feeling somewhat rightfully that life is somewhat hopeless. Most of them are not going to get into a fine college like this one. But you can do something about that. So it's so important that you follow your passion. I hope all of you go out there and help save lives. Newburgh needs you. One last story. When I was growing up here, I lived out in the country, out in North Plank Road for quite a while, and my grandfather drove a delivery truck, and he delivered ice cream and frozen food. And one day, a week during the summer, he would take me with him. And, we all know that getting up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning isn't the most glamorous thing in the world, but that's what I would do with my grandfather. And we would pack up his truck. And by 5 in the morning, we'd be going over the Storm King Mountain in the direction of West Point. And he'd be singing at the top of his lungs. And he was a terrible singer. But he sang "Oh, Suzanne" and "Put Another Nickel in the Nickelodeon" and songs of that period. And he said to me, he said, "Jim, I don't care what you do when you grow up. I don't care if you become president or a surgeon or if you wind up driving a delivery truck like me. But," he said, "just remember, when you go over the mountain to work in the morning, you got to be singing." I do. I hope all of you do as well. Congratulations. Thank you.